So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the fights which took place over the weekend, on the Saturday card and the Sunday card over the Easter weekend. So the Saturday card saw the main event being between Dalton Smith and Matthew Germain. This was a decent win, good win for Dalton Smith. He won on points, so he retains his WBC silver lightweight title, super lightweight title, sorry, by beating Germain. Very comprehensive on points. Now the scores were 119 to 105 twice and 117 to 107. So very wide in terms of the judges. Jermaine was down multiple times throughout the fight. He was down in the second round, 11th round, and the 12th round, and Dalton Smith was deducted a point as well in the 12th round. So yeah, very straightforward, comprehensive win for Dalton Smith, and onwards is upwards now for him. He now is hopefully looking to try and take on the WBC full champion, who currently is Alberto Puello. He's unbeaten. Puello, 24 fights, 24 wins. He is the main man in the WBC, obviously having the belt. Don't know too much about him in terms of his style, but I pretty much consider Eddie Hearn and his team that this is potentially the best route for Dalton Smith to hopefully capture a world title, because we know that the other champions in the division, WBO being Teofimo Lopez, IBF Richard Hitchens, and WBA Gary Russell as well. So we know that the other champions in the division are very good, like level opponents. So this is probably maybe the weakest champion who's out there, and that's with me saying without seeing Puello fight. You guys could probably let me know a little bit more whether or not Puello is a very good fighter, very good champion, and if he's potentially going to cause Dalton Smith some trouble. But yeah, that was the main event on the Saturday card as well. Obviously, Josh Warrington was on that bill as well. He fought against Azad Khan, and he beat him unanimously on points. But for me, this is just my personal opinion. I didn't think it was a very good performance from Josh Warrington. Very disappointed, really. But it is what it is. I guess it's his first fight back. Also on the card was Josh Padley as well. It was a very good performance from him actually against I think it's Croatian fighter. I'm not too sure, but he defeated his man in 5 rounds, which was a very good performance. So again, onwards is upwards for him as well. So yeah, very good card I would say from the Saturday, and that was pretty much complemented by the Sunday card being on Easter Day. We know that on that card as well, Frazer Clarke was making his much anticipated return to the ring. He took on Ebenezer Tete, and he knocked him out in the first round. It was a heavy shot, which he took Tete to actually put him down the first time. And obviously, once he got back up onto his feet, Frazer Clarke put the pressure on him, was throwing loads of punches, and the referee stopped it. Now, me personally, watching it live, I felt it was a little bit premature, but if you're taking that many punches and you're not really answering back, the referee's going to stop it, especially after you've just been put down as well. So, yeah, it is what it is. Frazer Clarke moves forward. He says his sights are for, to try and win a world title. But he also wants to try and win the British title, and we now know that the British title is going to be contested between David Allardyce and Jamie TKV in a rematch. So I'm guessing he wants the winner. But regardless of that, anyway, in terms of the heavyweight scene in Britain, there's some good British domestic fights there for Frazer Clarke as well. Names in the division such as your Huey Fury, Moses Itauma, Johnny Fisher, Solomon Dakers, David Allen, Nick Webb, Jamie TKV as I mentioned, Derek Chisora, but Derek Chisora's only got one more fight, so that's more likely not going to happen, and Dillian White as well. And then once he probably moves past that level of opposition, you've got your other fighters in that division, like the higher end, like Lawrence Okoli, and obviously you got Joe Joyce's as well, and Tyson Fury, AJ's, and Dubois, etc. So yeah, some very good domestic fights for Frazer Clarke. It'd be good to see Frazer Clarke in the ring again, maybe a couple more times this year, depending on the level of opponents that he has. But I like Frazer. I like what he has to offer the heavyweight scene, and it was sad to see what happened, obviously, in Saudi. But this fight would give him a lot of confidence. And he did take one or two little shots before he was able to stop Tete in that fight as well. So that would obviously build his confidence even more as well. So yeah, hopefully the onwards is upwards for Frazer Clarke as well. On the card as well, this Sunday card, which took place in Birmingham, we saw Lee Cutler versus Sam Eggington. Now, Lee Cutler was pretty much the favourite to win this, but he lost. The fight got stopped because of a clash of heads. I think it was in the 9th round, I think. Eggington had some bad cuts to his head. Referee said it was accidental, so they went to the scorecards, and Sam Eggington was winning on points on the judges' card, so he now wins the WBC International Silver title for the super welterweight. So he is now looking to hopefully push on again, and he's been fighting for many years now. So hopefully he deserves maybe another crack, maybe at a bigger fight or another world title opportunity, maybe. Who knows really? But I no doubt see that the Cutler team are gonna maybe try and call for a rematch in terms of that fight. Now, coming on to pretty much the main event over the weekend between Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron. This was a rematch between the pair. First fight ended in controversy. We all know what happened, but this rematch didn't go that way. Ben Whittaker, fully deserved, knocked out, technical knockout of Liam Cameron in the second round. It was a beautiful right hand which started it. Liam Cameron's legs went. Obviously, he got back up. And it was literally just an onslaught from that point onwards. Again, I felt it was a little bit premature watching it live, but it is what it is. The referee's in there to do a job. So, yeah, onwards is upwards for Ben Whittaker. And he showed a lot of emotion after the fight, which has took a lot of criticism over the last 6 months, but this is what's going to happen when people are building you up into maybe something that, you know what I mean, you're meant to be, and you end up taking or maybe putting on a very poor display as what he did in Saudi. So he took a lot of criticism. He was also getting booed into the ring as well, so that didn't help. And obviously there was a little bit of an incident at the end of the fight where he went to the opponent's corner, and obviously gestured obviously screaming at him as if he's won, obviously, you know, that sort of thing. But it is what it is. Like, there's a lot of emotion riding on this fight, and he took a lot of stick before the fight and in the 6 months leading up to it. So for me, he didn't do anything wrong. And people were talking that he spat towards the corner. He didn't. He didn't. Do you know what I mean? So that was just pure rubbish. But from my point of view, watching the fight, I felt it was a very good performance in the end from Whittaker. He looked sharp, he looked motivated, he looked confident. He looked as if he wanted to win from the get-go. And what we didn't see was a lot of that flamboyant, eccentric sort of style where, you know what I mean, he's mocking his opponents, because he was fully focused on Liam Cameron. He was going in that fight to do a job, and that was good to see. His jab was very, very good to start off with, and you can see he was setting him up for that right hand, and obviously that it was the right hand that started things before the fight actually ended. So yeah, this is good to see, and I'm kind of glad in a way that he had that bit of an issue in Saudi now, rather than, you know what I mean, he ends up fighting better opponents or maybe in a bigger fight in the future, and he slips up. So it's good that this happens, so he can fully concentrate and hopefully move on going forward. Yeah, but these are just obviously my thoughts in regards to his performance, and it's good to see him back in the ring. I think he's got a lot to offer the scene, and he is a prospect, so it's kind of good to see him winning and coming through a very controversial fight, I should say. So hopefully the next fight is another building fight to try and get him up there in terms of rankings and a lot more experience. But yeah, just my thoughts. Hopefully you guys could let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you thought the weekend's fights went and where you would like to see these fighters in the near future as well. And this week is a big week because we obviously have Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. fighting on the 26th, so I will be doing a video on that. So yeah, stay tuned for another video this week, and as always, please subscribe and comment. Bless.